I have learned so much about air fryers since the last video, so I am here for redemption. And today we're gonna be making some air fryer desserts, and there are so many delicious looking recipes just all over the internet, and I was just like, yep, wanna make that, wanna make that, wanna make that, wanna make that. And so I thought today we would test them out and, you know, take some of the knowledge that I learned from you guys in the last video and make some spectacular desserts and just see like which one's my favorite, which ones would I make again. And today's video, I'm so excited, is sponsored by HelloFresh, which is a meal kit service where they put together all of these pre-packaged ingredients for some really incredible recipes. I've worked with HelloFresh before and I have loved their service. They saved my bacon this past year with the new baby and the pandemic and just trying to find time to film. And I find like sometimes with filming and scheduling and everything, especially for videos like this where we're making desserts all day, and by it's the end of the day we're like, well, guess we're ordering pizza again. So it's really nice to take all the prepping and planning out of the meal process and make these nice 20 to 30 minute meals. They're super quick and easy, and it's really customizable. You can skip a week, you can change your delivery day or your food preferences. And the footage that you're seeing is from tonight's dinner because there are so many dishes, there's a lot going on. We just wrapped on filming. I love that morning Rachel thought we would be done by dinner. Still filming, but at least we have dinner. So go and check out HelloFresh.com and use the code RachhLoves12. You can get 12 free meals, free shipping. And yeah, we've really enjoyed our experience with them. They've even just in terms of the creativity of the meals, really encouraged us to look beyond what we already make all the time. So go to HelloFresh.com and use the code RachhLoves12 for 12 free meals, free shipping, more information down below. And now let's dive into
the recipes.
And for the first desserts, I thought we would start a little bit lighter because it's more the beginning of the day. And I saw so many apple related recipes that I thought we would start there before we get into like the donuts and the pastries and things like that. And I have two that I want to test out, and we're gonna see if one is actually worth making. So first up we have air fryer cinnamon apple rings. And so what I did to start out is just peel an apple. I chopped it sort of, not down the center, opposite, parallel to the center. Basically, I don't have an apple corer, so I had to get creative with things. So I turned the apple on its side and sort of chopped little discs through the apple core. And then I took, this is actually from like a cookie recipe, I don't know. But I had one of these like little cookie cutters, and so I used that to kind of chop out the core, and I ended up with a whole bunch of cute little apple discs. And so now we are going to batter them. So I have some flour, sugar, and cinnamon right here, and I'm going to add it to a mixture I made of eggs and milk. Kind of whisked it together, you know. And I'm just going to mix the flour and the cinnamon and sugar together. By the way, I will put all the links to all the recipes down below. Mixy mix. And I'm just going to put this in to create a nice batter. Who doesn't like battered apples, candy apples, caramel apples? Really, you can do so much to apples. Now we're going to mix this together to make a nice batter. She a little bit lumpy, but that's okay. Try and get as much of it out as possible. This isn't just whisking, this is like
Aggressive whisking.
Now I have my little tray here, and I'm going to dip my apples and then put them onto here. I love these little apples, they're little glosses. I'm just realizing, as I'm picking up the apple, I'm losing some of that batter on that spot. Hang on, I have a solution. Yeah, ta-da! I don't even know what this thing is. I think it's for fondue. Get all the excess batter off. But the batter is actually staying really nicely coated to the apples, which is really great to see. So I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna do a couple more, and I'm gonna see if the batter then transfers, like does it stay stuck to the apple or is it gonna move? Because I have to batter it again. Oh yeah, this is easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So hold up, we have the three right here, and I'm going to see how these dip into the next layer, which is the cinnamon and sugar. And I think I'm just gonna put this out on a plate so I can dip the apple in properly. So I don't think it's gonna dip out of this little bowl. Wow, I did a terrible job mixing that. Could be delicious anyway. Okay, let's take one. Batter is still on one side. That is promising. Do a little flippy flip. Ooh. Okay, this is exciting. This is exciting. I mean, you do lose a little bit of the batter here, but for the most part, it's like entirely covering. Okay, this is gonna be really good. So I'm gonna finish coating these up, and then we're gonna stick them in the air fryer. They need 5 minutes on one side, then flip them over for another like 2 to 3 minutes. And while those are going, we're gonna go on to the next one. I wanna get them like at the same time as much as possible so that we can test them like side by side, really compare and contrast, you know. We're very scientific here. Also make sure that you have one single layer with none of the apples touching each other. They are not friends. And also spray this down very thoroughly. We're not gonna be using aluminum foil. So thank you everyone who had so many great notes on the aluminum foil. It really needs to circulate the air through like a convection oven. So ne pas de aluminum. Okay, so we have the apple slices right here. So they're gonna go into the air fryer, 5 minutes, flipped over, then 2 to 3, kind of depending on how they're doing. So gonna go do that. Let's get into the next recipe. Now for apple recipe number 2, we're gonna be doing air fryer apple crisp slices, which I think is such a cute take on an apple crisp. It's like little individual pieces of apple and it's air fried in this like nice crumble coating. So we're gonna start with a bowl, as many recipes do. And to that bowl, I have a whole lineup of ingredients. I need to take all the lids off because I did this last night. Trying to be prepared. And this is just a mixture of very traditional apple crumble-like ingredients. So we have oats and brown sugar, regular sugar, flour. Gonna mix those together, and then of course butter. Butter makes everything better. Ooh, before I forget, also need some salt as well as some cinnamon. Gonna balance it out. And now, half a teaspoon. Ra-cha-cha-cha, just like that. And now we're gonna put in the butter, which you want to have in like little tiny little cube, like because it's just going to adhere to the oats, the brown sugar, and all those good ingredients in that nice crumble-like way. To be honest, I would probably do this just with my hands versus a fork. It's gonna be so much faster. I'm gonna wash my hands. We're gonna mix all of these ingredients together and get it nice and crumbly. That looks good. I basically just wanted everything to be as evenly distributed as possible. I don't want the butter to reclump into bigger chunks, so I'm trying to avoid that. Now we're gonna grab some apples and we are gonna peel them and cut them into slices. And then while I don't have an apple corer, I do have one of those like apple like slicey things. You know, this guy right here. So I'm gonna use this to cut it into little pieces. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, almost beautiful. That's the only problem with this thing. Sometimes you still get little chunks of the core on it. So this is gonna be another like dipping process. So we have a little bit of egg and some vanilla in here. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of the apple, we're gonna dip it into the crumble mixture, get as much to stick as possible, and then dip it in the egg. And then we're dipping them back into the crumble mixture, like so. And then we're gonna put these into the air fryer. And I think actually, you know what? I think the other recipe is done. Let's go check. Because where are they? They're in the basement, my air fryer. She real cute, but very loud. So I had to bring her to the basement to cook. Okay, let's see. How did these look? Ooh. Got a little bit of crispiness on the outside. The batter seems to be on. Oh, these are gonna be good. Okay, let's take these out, finish up the others, and swap them out. Which one do you guys think is gonna be better? The apple rings or the apple slices? Let me know in the comments. Back down to the basement, everyone. The apple crisp is ready. It's a dark and ominous room behind me. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness, those look delectable. I am not mad about any of this. Okay, let's bring them upstairs and taste test. Okay, Christopher, I have some things. Air fryer desserts. These are the apple, the pomme.
Yeah, le pomme.
Ah, oui, oui. So we have some apple crisp bites, and then we have some cinnamon apple rings. These were both done in the air fryer. Also, one of them comes with a dip.
I like dip.
Yeah, this is just cream cheese, vanilla, and some Cool Whip.
Ooh.
They're a little crispy on the outside, which is nice, but they've still got a lot of bend to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's still
Kinda
quite kind of, yeah, apple-y. Boop. Those are good. Man,
That is good.
kids are going to love these. They're still nice and soft with the apple in the middle. They haven't like dehydrated or anything. You're examining it, Sherlock.
It's a crispy crust. I like the interior texture. It's very good.
Now for the apple crisp bites, these came with the dip. So I mean, I guess we should try it without dip and then with the dip.
I guess.
These are so good.
That's very good. That's just like a bite of apple crumble.
That's exactly it.
Very apple-y. Good.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like cooked all the way through. There's no like hard bits of apple or anything.
The apple's fully cooked, yeah.
I don't even know if it needs a dip, to be honest.
It does, you know it does.
I'm so excited about this. That's the clear winner for me.
Well, have we tried the ring with the dip? Oh, no.
It's
Let's
true.
see.
A little too cream cheesy.
I don't think those are improved with the dip.
For me, I like the slices the best.
I agree.
So would you like to try some homemade Pop-Tarts after?
Oh, I love a Pop-Tart.
I know you do, and it's the jam-filled ones. It's your favorite.
Blueberry, right?
No, it's not blueberry. Strawberry.
Blueberry,
No.
right? It's a Pop-Tart.
Blueberry's the worst one. It's the worst one. Don't you walk away from me! Okay, now we're going on to the pastry portion of today's video. And I'm gonna be making some homemade Pop-Tarts. These look so good. And they seem pretty straightforward. I've never attempted to make Pop-Tarts before because it just sounds really complex. But the recipe I saw, it looked like something like we could do. We could do this, and they're gonna be air fried, so they're gonna be phenomenal. And we are gonna start with refrigerated pie crust. And I took each of the pie crusts, they said to use 2 refrigerated ones, and just divided them into 3 sections because essentially we're going to be taking those and folding them over to create the Pop-Tart shape. So I decided, you know, for sake of experimentation, let's do some of them the way that they had instructed in the video, and then let's, you know, experiment a little bit with some different sizes. So I did, you know, like a little baby one, like a ravioli. I mean, that could be fun. Some of the thicker ones, the thinner ones, and we're just gonna see which one tastes the best. Now, on top of the dough, we're gonna be adding the filling. So this is just strawberry jam, and we're gonna mix in about a teaspoon of cornstarch. And that's just going to, you know, thicken it up a little so it doesn't go like oozing out the side. We're gonna put that in there. We're gonna mix it all together. Love how I'm doing this right over top of the dough. And then all we're gonna do is just place it in the upper part of the pastry. I also guess you don't wanna do too much so that it doesn't ooze out the side, but you also don't wanna do too little and then it's just pie crust. This baby one we gotta be real careful with. Just a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. This one I feel like could have a whole lot. I was like, how do I have too much? Because I forgot one. The one right in the middle, of course. The giant chunk of strawberry. That'll be a nice little bonus. And then all you need to do is just fold it over. I need a fork. Aha! We're just going to press around the edges to seal everything. And I can only cook 2 of these at a time. So I think I'm gonna do one of the normal sizes and one of the big ones. Ooh. I could probably fit the little ravioli one in. We'll do that one too. And then it's gonna go in the air fryer for 10 minutes at 370. And while these are cooking, we're gonna go on to the next pastry. For these jelly donuts, we need to air fry them first. So I preheated the air fryer to 320 and I'm gonna stick in 2 different types of like biscuit dough essentially. Again, for the sake of experimentation, I'm just curious. So I'm gonna stick these into the air fryer for about 5 minutes. Okay, now we have the biscuits. I wanna eat them by themselves, just like they are. But instead, we're gonna one-up them and roll them in butter and sugar. But we're not stopping there. First in the butter, then in le sucre. I'm really curious if these end up tasting like donuts, because I mean, they aren't. These biscuits right here are the flaky ones, which she had recommended in the recipe not to use because the jam doesn't tend to stay in the middle because everything kind of splits apart. But I had some left over, so I thought, you know, we're gonna try it. All right. These are coated. And now we are going to pipe the middle with a raspberry filling. So I'm using a raspberry jam and I don't have, there are very specific piping tips that they use for piping the fillings into donuts, which I don't have, but I am going to do my best to kind of pipe it in from either side, which is what she had recommended on the recipe. So we're just going to pick this one up and stuff in this. How much is enough jam? Can't tell, is anything going in? It is, oh my gosh, stuff is going in. That's good. Okay, let's do another one. This is fun. Oh, I can fill the donut, filling with donut goo. Probably overfilling these, but that's okay. Really, I mean, has anyone been mad about like an overfilled jelly donut? No. You get a jelly donut, you want jelly in it. I think I need more jam. I need more jam! Get in my donut. Oh, I didn't even update you on the apple things. It seemed like all around everyone's favorite were the apple crisp wedges. So highly recommend those. The kids
Love them.
And now let's see if Chris wants to taste test these with me. Also Pop-Tarts, because I think those are about done. Okay, I need to check on the Pop-Tarts. My little Pop-Tart, my little Pop-Tart. I think I mildly overcooked them. I checked them at the 8-minute mark, but it might have been too long. I think they're still gonna be good. We can salvage this. So I'm gonna ice these anyway and see if they work, but I do have my extras here, so we'll see if those work better with less amount of time in the air fryer. All right, our original Pop-Tarts have now cooled, and I did another batch for 5 minutes instead of 8. They look good, but they're still not cool enough, so I'm gonna ice these ones. I can't wait, I'm too impatient. I also have a little bit of an icing here as well. This is a mixture of cream cheese, vanilla yogurt, and some sugar. I mean, it's not traditional Pop-Tart, but I mean, it's gonna be good. This is more like that other pastry in the toaster.
Toaster strudel.
Toaster strudel, that's what this reminds me of. Miss toaster strudels. I want one. All right, so let's blob this on. Just spread it out. I know it's not perfectly smooth, so bear with me, but a lot of dishes out right now. Couldn't bring myself to also dirty the blender. Now, I mean, piece de resistance. We need some sprinkles. A little jazzy pink sprinkle on top. Whee! Oh, these look so cute. They're a little burned, but still really cute. The little baby one, my little Pop-Tart ravioli. She's so cute. It's like the mama bear, the papa bear, and the baby bear, but Pop-Tarts. And I'm the Goldilocks that's gonna. Okay, Christopher, I have pastries.
Did you do blueberry after all?
Maybe you'll have to eat it and find out.
Take that as no.
Ta-da!
Those are beautiful. These are just works of art.
Thank you. I think so. So we have the Pop-Tart. These are a little burned, but I have the other batch in the fridge. They still cool in. And then jelly-filled donuts.
I do like a jelly donut. What's your favorite donut?
Ooh.
Or can you even have donuts most? Well, most places can.
So I guess we'll start with this one. So these are 2 different dough types.
Okay.
The woman who wrote the recipe said don't use this, but we had some left over from, you know, a while back, so I have some here. It's more donuts. More donuts for everyone. Yeah, looks good, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'll try this one then. Mm-hmm. Let's see how jelly-filled they are. I did okay with the jelly filling.
It's good jelly filling. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say very donut-y.
Sugar and butter and jam, my brain is like, that must be a donut.
Tends more towards scone for me.
Okay, wait. Switch, swap, try that. You took a huge bite out of that, look at that. This one is a lot more bread-like than the flaky crust one. I think I prefer actually the flaky one, and it didn't fall apart.
I do too, yeah.
More of a croissant-like texture.
Croissant and jam, I see that.
That's
I'm not
more
sure
of a
that these are
cronut,
donuts.
No, they're not. But the cronuts?
Cronut, yeah. With
cronuts.
the flaky one, these are cronuts, yeah.
Okay. I had the mama and the papa and the baby.
No, Papa gets the Papa.
Well, I mean, I guess. We got the jam filling. That's very Pop-Tarty. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a toaster strudel.
Yeah, very, very pleasant.
Mm-hmm. Like if you took the cream cheese frosting off and did a straight up like icing sugar icing, that would be a toaster strudel.
The yogurt's a little much for me. I'm getting a lot of yogurt flavor. Why are you trying to make Pop-Tarts healthy?
I'm not mad about this. This is quite good. And we have one more. And this one I have been working on all day. All day long. It has been taking up so much time. But it is now finally ready. And this next dessert I am really excited about, and it is fried ice cream in an air fryer. So again, I've been working on this all day long, and there are a lot of different steps that go into this fried ice cream. And starting at the beginning of the day by forming the ice cream into little balls. Because there is no room upstairs, we must bring the ice cream to the basement. My goodness, it's already starting to melt. Ah! All right, I'm gonna be back to get that ice cream in an hour, maybe a little bit more. Okay, I have the ice cream. It's very cold, my goodness, the tray is so cold. So now I'm gonna take these little ice cream balls and I'm going to dip them in flour and then stick them back in the freezer. This is a process. It's gonna be worth it though. I'm just gonna take each of these, I'm gonna dip them in flour as quickly as I can, shake off the excess, and then put it back in the freezer. Don't melt on me, ice cream.
Faster, faster.
All right, I think we got it. Back to the freezer they go. Now these are nice and frozen solid, so we're gonna now put them into an egg, mix them all together, and then guess what? Back into the freezer. But are we done after that? No, we're not. Now next layer is cornflakes. I just need to
Crash these with my hands
before I take the balls of ice cream out of the freezer. This is a very different kind of ASMR than I've ever seen. So we're just gonna take these, drop them in, and see if it's sticking. Oh no, it's not sticking. Oh, I just realized why this wasn't sticking. It's because I wasn't supposed to freeze them after the egg. I was supposed to roll it in the cornflakes and then put it in the freezer. That's my bad. So I'm just going to, just roll them in egg again and then in cornflakes, and then back in the freezer. Whoops, there we go, that's much better. Okay, into the freezer. All right, guys, it's the final coating. I'm so excited to taste these because this would be so much easier way to do fried ice cream than trying to fry it in oil. I find that to be so difficult. And that brings us to now because the ice cream is ready. So I've preheated the air fryer. By the way, I don't think we ever settled on a name, did we?
Fryer Tuck.
That's Chris's favorite. I think mine's Frida. There's just something about Frida and Francesca that just like sounds like a moment. So now it's preheated, so I'm gonna go get the ice cream because basically we take the ice cream, immediately put it into the preheated air fryer for 2 minutes and then it's done. So we gotta like move quickly. Now we're going to put them in to the air fryer quickly. All right, 2 minutes, 400. Let's do this. I don't know why this is so stressful. It's just air fried ice cream, Rachel. And I guess in the meantime, I'm gonna try the little Pop-Tart that I made earlier that is not burned. So not 10 minutes, not 8 minutes, 5 minutes. Look at that. What a beautiful pull of delicious, ooh, strawberry deliciousness. Mmm, very good. Still don't like the icing with it. But like other than that, super easy to do. And I feel like an icing with like icing sugar and milk would be really easy anyway versus a cream cheese one. Staring at my beautiful air fryer. What is your name? Is it Franny, Frida, Fryer Tuck, Ariel? There was another good one. Aaron. So many good names I need to pick. Christopher, you came just in time. They're still alive.
Fryer Tuck. Fryer Tuck.
Christopher, Fryer Tuck.
Yeah,
Christopher.
right. Fryer Tuck's a great name.
Christopher.
Crowd loves it.
It's so cold in the middle. This is really weird. They're melting very fast. Ah! Now, can you pick that up with your hands and eat it?
Yes.
Don't just say yes if you don't know. Christopher!
Picked it up.
Christopher!
Cheers.
Cheers. That sounds kind of nice. I like the crunch of the cornflakes, but like, you don't like it?
It's unpleasant.
It's really good on the top layer.
Keep getting the wrong layer then, because it's stale but also soggy. Among the worst combinations. Okay, that one was better. I got the top.
You want the top? Yeah. I don't know why I'm seeking out the soggy part. I just want to know what you went through. Oh no. So disappointed.
I liked those jelly donuts though.
I was just gonna say the jelly donuts were so good. Trying to think of what else.
The apple slices with the
Oh no.
crisp.
Yeah, the crisp. The
Yeah.
apple
Yeah.
wedge pieces. Those are my favorite. I am surprised. I didn't think an apple dessert would be my favorite because they typically aren't, you know?
Yeah.
But
It's just going in the sink.
if you have a favorite air fryer dessert, can you leave it down below? I'm very curious. I want to expand my knowledge of the air fryer dessert realm because I feel like with the apple one, really hit home, but I feel like there's more. There's more to explore in this area. And if there are any other air fryer recipes in general, leave them down below. Thank you so much guys for watching. Check out these videos on the side in case you may have missed any and subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos here every single Saturday. And I will see you guys in my next video. Love you all. Mwah.